Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m.? The house is silent, the world outside still asleep, yet you lie there staring at the ceiling wondering, why this time? Why does it always happen around now? For many older adults, waking up in the middle of the night, especially around 3 a.m., has become strangely familiar. It's not just about having to use the bathroom or a noisy neighbor, it feels deeper than that. Like your body and mind are trying to tell you something. And maybe they are. As we age, our sleep patterns shift in subtle ways. What used to be a peaceful, uninterrupted night can turn into moments of tossing, turning, and quiet reflection under the moonlight. But waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just a sleep issue. It can be a silent message from within. A message about your health, your emotions, or even your spirit needing rest. In today's video, we'll gently explore why this keeps happening and what it really means for your well-being. More importantly, we'll discover how to bring peace back into your nights so you can wake up feeling truly rested and whole. Sign 1. Your sleep cycle is changing with age, and your body is asking you to listen. It may come as a surprise, but waking up at 3 a.m. isn't always a sign that something is wrong. In fact, it might be one of the most natural things your body is doing as it adjusts to the rhythm of aging. As we grow older, our internal clock, the one that once gave us deep, uninterrupted sleep, begins to shift. The phase of deep, restorative sleep becomes shorter. We spend more time in lighter sleep stages, making us more vulnerable to waking up from the smallest sound, a temperature change, or even a random thought passing through our mind. And guess what? Around 3 a.m. is when your body naturally transitions between deep sleep and REM sleep. This is a fragile time. The brain is active, almost alert, dreaming, processing memories, scanning for unresolved emotions. So it's no wonder that many older adults find themselves waking at this very hour, night after night. But here's the deeper truth. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just about biology. It may be your body's quiet way of whispering, "You've been carrying too much." When we were younger, our sleep was strong enough to silence the noise inside. But now, in this season of life, our sleep becomes more delicate, more honest. It reflects not only our physical health, but our emotional state as well. Perhaps you've had a thought weighing on your heart, a memory that keeps returning, or maybe your body simply wants your attention, to remind you to slow down, to breathe, to care for yourself, with the gentleness you've so often given others. This isn't a flaw in your body, it's a sign of wisdom. Your body no longer wants to rush through life, or even through rest. It wants to be heard. So the next time you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., don't be quick to feel frustrated. Try placing your hand over your heart and asking, what is it that I need right now? Sometimes the answer is as simple as stillness. Other times, it's a call to let go of something that's been quietly draining you. Whatever the reason, know this: your body is not betraying you. It's inviting you to listen more closely, to live more gently, and to rest not just in sleep, but in peace. Sign 2. Hormonal shifts and stress responses, when the body feels unsafe in stillness. If waking at 3 a.m. is your body's way of asking you to listen, then it's also important to understand what it's trying to say. Because sometimes, that early morning wake-up isn't just about light sleep. It's about an internal alarm being set off. One of the most overlooked reasons why older adults wake up at the same time each night, especially during the quiet hours between 2 and 4 a.m., is due to hormonal imbalance and the body's stress response system, particularly the adrenal glands. As we age, the delicate balance of our hormones, especially cortisol and melatonin, can begin to shift. Cortisol, the hormone linked to stress, usually follows a natural rhythm. It stays low at night and rises gently in the early morning to help us wake up. But when the body feels threatened, even in subtle emotional ways, this rhythm becomes disrupted. Cortisol can spike too early, often around 3 a.m., pulling us out of sleep suddenly, sometimes with a racing heart or a restless mind. What causes this spike? Often it's not a loud noise or a physical trigger. It's unprocessed stress, the kind we carry silently, worries about health, tension with loved ones, feelings of loneliness, lingering regrets. Even if you've pushed them aside during the day, the body remembers, and it responds. In women, especially after menopause, this becomes even more common. With the decline of estrogen and progesterone, both of which help support restful sleep, many women in their 60s and beyond experience fragile nights filled with sudden wakefulness. In men, the gradual drop in testosterone can create similar disruptions, often paired with changes in blood pressure and heart rate variability during sleep. But here's what matters most. Waking up at 3 a.m. might mean your body no longer feels safe to rest deeply. And that's not your fault. It's just a signal, one that invites you to create a sense of safety again, not through control, not through medication alone, but through habits that calm the nervous system. Gentle evening routines, deep breathing, soft music, prayer, stillness, and compassion for yourself. Because the truth is, sleep isn't just a physical function, it's an emotional surrender. And your body can only surrender when it feels seen, soothed, and supported. So if you're waking up at 3 a.m., it may be your body saying, I need more peace, not just more rest. Sign 3. Unspoken emotions and unhealed memories when the mind wakes before the body. By now we've seen how changes in the sleep cycle and stress hormones can quietly shape our nights. But there is something even more subtle, something more human that often lies at the heart of these 3 a.m. awakenings. Sometimes it's not your body that wakes you, it's your mind. Or more truthfully, your heart. There's a reason why the hours between 3 and 4 a.m. have long been called the hour of the soul. It's the time when the world is most silent, and in that stillness, the thoughts we've managed to push aside all day begin to rise to the surface. Memories you haven't thought of in years, faces you miss, words you wish you had said or hadn't said, regrets, unresolved grief, unanswered questions. They visit you not to punish you, but because your heart is still holding on to them. And in the quiet of night, when everything else fades, they ask to be felt. This is especially true as we grow older. With age comes wisdom, yes, but also reflection. We begin to look back over the years with clearer eyes. We remember moments we thought we had forgotten, and we feel things more deeply, even if we no longer say them out loud. So when you wake up at 3 a.m., restless but not sure why, pause. Ask yourself gently, what feeling is asking to be acknowledged right now? It could be grief that was never fully expressed. It could be loneliness wearing a familiar mask. It might even be love. Love for someone who is no longer here or for a part of yourself you've forgotten to care for. And here's the beautiful truth. When emotions rise during sleep, it's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of openness. Your heart, even now, is still trying to heal, still trying to find peace. This is why journaling, soft prayer, or simply sitting with your feelings in silence before bed can be powerful. Not to fix them, but to say, I see you, I'm here now. Because sometimes, the most restful sleep doesn't come from shutting things out, but from finally letting them in. When you honor what your heart is holding, the mind no longer needs to wake you up to remember. Sign 4. The power of habits. How your evenings shape your 3 a.m. wake-ups. If unspoken emotions can wake the heart in the still of night, then there is something else, more practical yet just as powerful, that quietly shapes whether you'll stay asleep or not. Your habits before bedtime. It's easy to overlook. We often think of sleep as something that happens the moment we close our eyes. But the truth is, sleep begins long before that, with the way we prepare our bodies and minds in the hours leading up to it. And for many older adults, the smallest evening routines can have the biggest consequences at 3 a.m. Maybe you drink a glass of water just before bed, not realizing that your bladder is no longer what it used to be. Or maybe you catch up on the nightly news, a story filled with fear, tension, or heartbreak, and carry that emotional residue into your dreams. Or perhaps you simply scroll in silence, looking through pictures, memories, or headlines, filling your brain with noise just when it most needs quiet. These aren't bad habits, they're human ones. But as we age, our nervous system becomes more sensitive. The brain no longer easily shuts down from overstimulation. The heart no longer so quickly forgets what it just felt. So what seems like a harmless habit may become the very thing that wakes you night after night at exactly 3 a.m. Because your body isn't just trying to rest, it's trying to reset, and it cannot reset in a storm. This is why creating gentle, calming rituals before bed becomes more than routine. It becomes a form of self-care, a warm bath, a familiar scent, soft instrumental music, a few handwritten lines in a gratitude journal, a cup of chamomile tea, a quiet prayer whispered into the darkness. These are not luxuries. They are invitations telling your body it is safe now. You can let go. And when you let go, even just a little, your body responds with trust. Your mind softens, your heart slows down, and sleep returns. Not as something you chase, but as something you are finally ready to receive. So if you find yourself awake again at 3 a.m., don't ask only what's wrong with me. Instead, gently ask, what have I been feeding my body and soul before sleep? Because often the answer isn't found in the night itself, but in the way you chose to end your day. So what can you do to find peace at 3 a.m.? Small acts that whisper to the body, you're safe now. By now you may have realized, waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just about broken sleep. It's about an unsettled body, a restless mind, and a heart that's still holding on. And while there's no one-size-fits-all solution, peace often begins not in the moment of waking, but in the quiet hours before you even close your eyes. Start with rhythm. Your body, like nature, needs cycles. When you go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, yes, even on weekends, you teach your brain when to rest and when to rise. This simple consistency helps reestablish trust in your internal clock, gently guiding your sleep back to balance. And then, consider what you give your body in the evening. Stop drinking water after 6 p.m., not because hydration isn't important, but because your bladder, like your thoughts, deserves a calm night. Equally important is the light you expose yourself to. Blue light, from phones, televisions, tablets, tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. When the brain is confused, sleep is delayed. Choose instead the golden glow of a bedside lamp. Let your body know, the day is done. But here's where the deeper work begins. Take 5 minutes before bed to write. Not long essays, just a few gentle lines of gratitude. I'm thankful for the phone call I had. I'm grateful for the sunset I saw. These small recognitions tell your nervous system, there is goodness here, you can rest now. Listen to soft music, breathe deeply, sit with silence, or simply close your eyes and place your hand over your heart. Say to yourself, it's okay to let go today. And perhaps most healing of all, talk. Share your thoughts with someone you trust, a friend, a partner, a loved one. Don't carry every feeling into the night alone, because the heart, when spoken aloud, sleeps lighter. Remember, sleep doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from surrender, from treating yourself with the kindness you've so often given to others. Real rest isn't something you take, it's something you allow. When your body feels safe, your soul feels heard, and your day has been gently laid to rest. A gentle invitation to rest body, mind, and heart. So if you find yourself waking up again tonight at 3 a.m. in the quiet darkness, pause for a moment. Don't rush to judge it. Don't reach for blame. Instead, treat it as a soft knock from within. A whisper from your body saying, I'm still learning how to rest. Please be patient with me. You are not broken. You are not alone. This tender, vulnerable hour is one shared by countless others, hearts that also long for peace, minds that are still untangling the knots of time. But with small, loving choices each day, with gentle evenings, steady rhythms, and kind conversations with yourself, you can begin to guide your body home. Not just to sleep, but to a deeper kind of rest, the kind that restores your spirit. And remember, your sleep does not need to be perfect to be healing. Your nights do not need to be silent to be sacred. Even a single breath, taken slowly, with love, that too is rest. So tonight as you lay down, place a hand over your heart and say, I am safe, I am held, I am allowed to rest. And let that be the beginning of your healing sleep.